We have all the data and the numbers. A decline in sales, 4.2 billion. The guidance, single-digit growth. But what we really want to know is you can tell us where are the choke points in your supply chain that caused, let's say, this slowdown. Where are the supply bottlenecks at Philips?
Yeah, great. Good morning, Manus. Well, it's really a tale of two stories this quarter, because we are sitting on a massive order book and we had 70% order growth. And then we could not fully deliver that strong order growth, right? And that is where the supply chain crunch is hitting us. It's really a matter of both chips and ships. We have a shortage of e-components, and we see the delays in the shipping industry and the congestions in the ports that probably intensified during the quarter. We saw the biggest impact in September, and that set us back at least 150 million in the quarter.
Frans, great to have you on this morning. So in terms of those supply chain issues, what's the plan at Philips in order to alleviate some of those concerns? Is there any action that you are able to take in order to get those order books fulfilled despite some of the international issues when it comes to shipping and chips?
Yeah, for all the goods that are already underway, we are basically part of the system. It's difficult to change it. We are looking for a bit more air freight, and we're working intensely with our suppliers to find alternate parts. But in the healthcare industry, all your designs are regulated and specific, so not so quick to change. So I'm afraid that at least for the next 1 or 2 quarters, we just need to work through this. We do anticipate also an impact on the fourth quarter, and which is why the full year guidance has come down to the low single digit. That is what it is. At the same time, I repeat, we have an all-time high order book, so we do expect to resume to good growth in 2022 and profit expansion as we are getting this under control.
That message loud and clear on the order book. Simple question. Are you raising prices? Are you being forced to raise prices because of the input side? And across that order book, what kind of percentage price rises are you putting out there?
Yeah, the input costs are increasing. I do see some inflationary pressures. We spoke about transportation, of course, and e-components, but also labor and raw materials. So that, I think, is the reality. Where possible, we will look at raising prices. When it comes to the order book, of course, those are contracts that are already made earlier. So that you cannot immediately impact. Nevertheless, we feel confident about our ability to resume profit expansion next year, as well as to realize very solid growth.
Frans, I wonder what you make generally of the inflationary picture then, if some of that price increase can be sustained, and how long do you see those prices being sustained?
Well, I think the inflationary pressures on materials will probably abate. I mean, think about rare earth or oil or energy. But the increases in the labor rates are likely to stay. That means that we also need to look for further productivity enhancements. And we have a good path to that by further using digitization and robotics. I think we can, at Philips, further improve productivity and therefore also find compensation, as we increasingly also can engage with customers remotely. I think we learned that through COVID, and also all our medical equipment can be serviced through the cloud.
Now, Frans, when we caught up last quarter, it was about buybacks, and it was too early, you said to me, to give me any numbers or guidance on the sleep apnea litigation. Can we ask again, have you come up with any financial estimate on your exposure, let's say, for the US or worldwide on the CPAP recall?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Manus. So let's start with the picture on the side of the patients. I mean, our first priority is on dealing with the impact on patients. And out of cautionary point of view, we are repairing and replacing all the units that are out there, 3.5 to 4 million units. And we are now well out of the gate in that repair and replace program. We have produced, in the meantime, 750,000 repair kits and already reached 250,000 units in the field. Of course, there's much more to be done, but I'm really glad that we are now in full motion in dealing with the potential impact on patients. Of course, there's uncertainty in the market. Analysts, investors, they're all asking us for more information. I completely understand that because they need that to be able to assess the risk, and especially the risk of litigation. We are working very hard to get many more data points to characterize the risk. Back in April, when we came out, we had to take what is called a worst-case scenario. We have hope and expectations that with more data and external experts, that we are able to characterize these risks much better for everybody involved. It just takes time. I know that is not a popular statement, but as we work through the quarter, I hope to be able, in a transparent manner, to come back to markets with more information.
Well, Frans, to be fair, that's one thing that you have done consistently when you joined Danny and myself, or Anne-Marie and myself. Can I ask you I love a slightly abstract question. You've got these supply bottlenecks in chips and ships. It's a little bit left field. You have to learn how to grow and look after yourself in the next 5 to 10 years and not be caught short again. Would you ever vertically buy chip production? Are you even contemplating that as a potential blue sky thinking solution? I don't want to be caught short again. I'm going to get my own chip factory.
Yeah, chips and ships. No, that would be a different line of business for Philips. We focus on health technology and not on chips and ships. But I heard your previous guest from JD.com massively investing in aircraft and ships. So perhaps in a year from now, we are not looking at this tight market. And then we at Philips will also not have an issue. We will continue to invest in innovation for healthcare. Very excited about that. We spoke in the beginning of the interview around the 70% order growth. You know, we signed up 19 care providers because they really love the strategy that we have around connecting care in different ways and leveraging informatics and data science to get to more confident diagnosis and more precise treatment. So that is what we are fully setting our mind on. And I think you can expect a lot more innovations from us as we want to improve people's lives.